Having a great desk setup at home or at your office can significantly increase your productivity. Alright, I don't want to do this like those typical desk setup videos on YouTube because first, I don't think my desk setup is as fancy as you would find otherwise on YouTube, and second, I don't think I have that deep voice for that sexy voiceover. But anyways, I did make a couple of upgrades to my desk setup over the past couple of years, and while I agree a clean setup is really important, but my main goal for making this video is to give you guys some inspiration on how to do these desk setups. And of course, everything I talk about in this video, I will leave the links to all of them in the description box below. So let's get started. Alright, let's start with my favorite and perhaps one of the recent additions to this whole setup. It's the desk itself. Now, funnily enough, this desk is not from a famous store here in Delhi NCR or from a famous online store like Pepperfry or Flipkart. I actually got this from Jodhpur. I really like the finish on this one. It also has a couple of drawers on the right side, which is always handy. You can just dump stuff and keep the overall desk pretty clean. Now, you won't believe it, I actually got this for just rupees 8,000, and considering it is actually made out of shisham wood, it is a great price in my opinion. Now, it is available on Amazon and I'll leave the link to that in the description box below, but I've also done a couple of other things to manage those cables underneath this desk. So first, I have this IKEA cable management tray stick under this table. I also have the extension board on the right side, but there is one more hack which I feel you guys will find super helpful. Now, I always wanted to have those studio monitors for that amazing sound quality, but I didn't like the fact that they would actually take up a lot of space on my desk. So I ditched that idea, instead got an affordable Bluetooth speaker and actually kept it on this cable management tray. Now, it does two things. First, I have all the space on my desk, and second, if you don't know, wood is actually a great conductor of sound. So whenever I play music or watch movies, it actually amplifies the overall sound. Now, of course, it's not the best sound quality, but it gets the job really well at the end of the day. Next, I have this monitor. This is the Lenovo P27H-20. It is actually a very small upgrade to my last monitor. It is now at 27 inches instead of 24 inches. It is still 1440p. It still has that USB-C 1 cable solution. Now, I would have liked a 4K monitor at this point, but I think that's how it is right now. But I do have this monitor on a cheap Amazon monitor arm. Now, again, with this monitor arm, I do lose the ability to adjust the height, but I can still rotate the monitor. And also, my favorite part is I can actually extend the monitor and swivel it like this, because I can just lie down on my bed and watch some movie or YouTube video as well. But then also, having a monitor on the monitor arm frees up a lot of space underneath it, which is where I have a lot of stuff going on here. So this first one is actually Amazon Fire TV Cube. Now, this is essentially Amazon's Fire TV stick, but with also Alexa integration now. Now, if you are thinking to buy the Amazon Fire TV stick 4K, I would actually recommend to go for this instead of that, because first, it is super fast. I've been using it for more than 1 year now. And then second, you can actually use Alexa for everything. You can actually just scroll through videos using your voice commands as well. Then second thing I have here is a dial for this monitor lamp from BenQ. Now, this is the BenQ Screen Bar Plus. Now, again, this is one of those things which you feel you don't need until you start using it, and then you can't go back. So it actually just illuminates your entire desk without taking up any space on your desk. So it saves up a lot of space, but then it also helps reducing your eye strain. Now, this particular model is actually crazy expensive. It actually comes in at rupees 12,000. But what I'll also do is I'll leave some links to some affordable alternatives available here in India in the description box below as well. And the third thing I have here is a wireless charger from Samsung. I just got this as part of the pre-order offer when I got the Galaxy S23. Now, if you have a Samsung device, this thing can actually fast wireless charge up to 15 watts. And honestly, I have never been a fan of wireless charging, but I've noticed that I'm using it more often than I expected now that it's on my desk, especially to charge my earbuds. Now, I actually have two earbuds. One are these are the Samsung Buds 2, but I also use the AirPods Pro 2nd generation every once in a while. Now, another rather recent addition to this whole setup is this webcam. Now, this is the Logitech Brio, and believe it or not, this thing can actually shoot 4K at 60 FPS, even though I mostly use it for my Zoom meetings, and Zoom at max supports 1080p at 30 FPS. But I did use it in one of my recent live streams on YouTube, and it did serve me well. But again, this is very expensive. It comes in at about rupees 16,000 here in India. So I would definitely not recommend this for that price. In case you want to actually get a really good video quality on your Zoom meetings, I still feel feel the best way is to use your phone as a webcam. Okay, let's shift our focus to the stuff we have on the desk here. Now this is the keyboard of choice. This is the Redragon K599. Now I have this with the Automo red switches, and the only reason I went with the red switches is because it's less noisy, of course. But again, if you haven't followed me, you already know that I've been using these mechanical keyboards for a good part of last 4 years now, and I absolutely love the overall typing experience. Now the only reason I went with this one is because I also have the ability to use this wirelessly. Now it does come with a USB-C connection, so I can always charge it up, but it also comes with a 2.5 gigahertz dongle, so whenever I'm done with the charging, I can actually get about 2 weeks of battery life in total with one single charge wirelessly. And then I have this mouse as well. This is the same mouse from my last setup. This is the Logitech G304. It's actually a gaming mouse, even though I don't game a whole lot on my system. But this mouse was running really well up until recently, where I started to encounter that famous Logitech double click issue. Now again, a quick fix is to blow up under the click. It does solve the problem for a couple of days, but I have to admit it comes back again and again. But otherwise, this mouse is really good for the price. And then this is my laptop of choice. This is actually the Lenovo Legion 5 Pro. I got it in the year 2021. This is the variant with the AMD Ryzen 7 5800H, if I'm not wrong, and also the Nvidia RTX 3060. Now it has actually served me well. It comes with 16 gigs of RAM, 1 TB of SSD, and I've been using this guy for all my video editing needs over the past almost 1.5 years now. But I do have to say, AMD processors are not as good as Intel processors when it comes to software compatibility, because I have encountered a lot of reboots or random program crashes whenever I'm using this thing with Adobe or any other software. But I do plan to upgrade the RAM and also the SSD this year, so let's see how it turns up when it comes to the overall performance. But then let's also talk about the other things I have on the desk for just look and feel. First, I have this desk mat. I got it from Amazon for I think hardly rupees 350, but it has served me well. It also has these nice pockets if you want to tuck in your notebook or pen whenever you're not using them. Now it does slip a lot. I'm not sure if the desk mat is to be blamed or it's actually the fault of the wood. But then I also have this lamp from IKEA. Again, I got it for rupees 790 if I'm not wrong. It has that MI smart bulb. I've been using it for more than 3 years now. It just looks really nice in my opinion in the overall desk setup. Then I also have this fake plant from IKEA. Now I have tried a lot of times to actually have a real plant on my desk or even my room, but I've just realized that I don't have the green thumb, and every time I try to do it, the plant actually ends up dying. So I have given up on that. I just got this fake plant from IKEA now. And lastly, I also invested in a couple of photo frames just for the backdrop. I got this from a website called the Mortal Soul. They had this offer where if you buy 3, you would get 1 frame free. So I actually have 4 of these. I keep on shuffling them depending on the video I'm working on. But yeah, I think that was pretty much it, guys. This was my whole desk setup. Now I am looking for your suggestions as well, especially for a laptop stand which can actually just match the height of my laptop. So if you have any recommendations, please go and help me out in the comment section below. But yeah, do share your tips and tricks on how do you do your desk setups at home. I would be more than curious to find that out. And if you want to watch more such videos in future, you know what to do. Subscribe to TKNet, like this video so that YouTube can share it with more people as well. Follow me on social media, and again, I say this at the end of all of my videos. Keep asking, and I will see you in the next one.